then I go to the umbilicus. Easy way to think of it. After I've done all that from face to face and face to side, I would do the exact same thing from face to feet and face to side. Then we're going to go for the lift techniques. But if we're all okay on that direction there, I'm going to demo it. Perfect. Okay. Beginning with my nice airplane landing effleurage massage. We're going to do some abdominal kneading, always in a clockwise motion. So we're going to start off with that abdominal triangle. I'm going to run through it fairly quickly because you guys all have the idea of what we did this morning when we did the pelvis. Starting in the umbilicus, work down through the ileocecal valve to the right hip, cecum, back up to the belly button, down to the sigmoid, across the top of the pubic ledge. Can you perforate it? Oh, totally, you can activate it. Oh, I've had that many times. They'll be like, oh, I gotta go. And then it's like, go to the washroom. And sometimes afterwards, everybody's a different person. So sometimes afterwards, the client's like, wow, I've never had such great bowel movements. And then I've had some clients being like, I haven't had a bowel movement in a day afterwards. So that means like we've gotten really old waste off the lining of the intestinal wall. It's like clay, and it's getting stuck. So we need to do like maybe an enema or more coffee, daily cleansing tea. Maybe just some more fiber in the diet, some more fruits, some veggies, stuff like that, just to get the bowels a little bit more activated, because you can get stuff off and they can get compacted after. Like I had this one guy, this is the probably craziest story I have when it comes down to what's come out. I've had people pass parasites hundreds of times. But this one guy, World War II vet, they ate these dried things apparently as like reserves, and they were like these cherry pit seed looking things. And I did his abdomen like 3 times, and he was having a really hard time going to the washroom, still just getting like really tiny little pebbles out. And so I was like, he's too old for me to be like, hey, go do a bunch of coffee enemas. He's 86, and so I was like, go for a colonic. So he's like, okay, so he goes in for a colonic, and in the colonics, it depends on if you're doing an open or a closed system, but in closed system, you can see within the containers of like what's coming out. There was like tons of these like cherry pit seed things, and so that was stuck in his bowel for like, it was like 42 years. And that's stuck to the wall, stuck with poop. And so over time, it's just slowly eating away at that wall. As that peritoneal is replenishing itself, some of that old bacteria is just seeping in. That's the stuff that makes us like really infected. I've worked with people who are so toxic, really hard around their umbilicus area where I feel like a chunk. And then it's like almost like custard hard cheese starts coming out of their belly button and stinks really bad and smells like death. It's like people are putrefying from the inside out. So you work the belly button, vertical, horizontal. Work your way out of that umbilicus. Head on down to the ileocecal valve and cecum area. Back up to the belly button. Head down the descending colon. Keep replacing that guide hand to keep that skin taut. Down the descending colon to the sigmoid. And then work across the top of the pubic ledge. Upper middle part of the pubic ledge. So like right here. So after you've done the abdominal triangle from face to face, pivoting face to side, you would do the exact same thing, face to feet and face to side. You guys get the picture for the abdominal triangle. We just did it. So after I did it from face to feet and face to side, you're going to flip yourself back over.